Had to get this message across to my community today. It's about the importance of investing into real estate. But before I actually even talk about the importance of investing into real estate, let's talk about investing in general. Why is it really that important? Because here's how I came to the understanding of why I needed to invest. Invest into something. And this is why. Number one is because I physically can't work 24 hours a day. And for anybody who knows me, they know I love to work, but I can't work 24 hours a day physically, can't do it every single day. But my money can. And that's when I realized, okay, I got to get my money starting to work for me. So if you're in that place right now thinking, okay, I want to get my money working for me, but where should I put it? Now you have some options. You can invest into real estate. I'm a little biased. I think you should do that. You can invest into stocks. You can invest into businesses. I do think the best investment in all is investing into yourself. But you're doing that. You're watching a video right now. You probably listen to podcasts. You probably go to seminars. You probably read books. So you checked off on that. Here's why I think investing in real estate, though, is the vehicle you should choose. It's why I chose real estate to invest into and use that as the vehicle to create wealth. Number one is leverage. I can actually get someone to lend me money to pay for a property. So check this out. In Ontario, I can use only 20% of my own money. Let's find a $700,000 property. I'm gonna put down $140,000 and I'm gonna get someone else to give me the rest of the money through a mortgage. That mortgage is now gonna be paid down by a tenant. They're gonna be paying down the mortgage payment, the property tax. If it's a condo, the condo fees. And there's generally a couple of $100 left over. But now I know you're sitting there saying, well, Jas, I looked at a couple of properties and it didn't cover all of the expenses. Here's my thought process on that. If it doesn't cover all your expenses, understand that even if you have to put in $100 a month out of your own pocket, how bad is that? Because A, you get to write that off. And how quick do you spend $100? My friend and I, Anthony Tabar, we went to go for a couple of drinks and we spent a lot more than $100 when he started to order the nachos. You spend a lot more than $100 a month on frivolous stuff. I'm here to tell you that it's okay even if you have to put in $100 a month yourself. Here's the second reason, and the biggest one, probably a bigger benefit than leveraging, is the fact that with real estate, you could refinance it. You could use it essentially as an ATM. What do I mean by that? Well, that's $700,000 home. In 5 years, and let's just take an ultra-conservative number of 5%. That's $35,000 every single year that it's increasing, compounding. And a friend of mine, Albert Einstein, said, compounding interest is the best invention of all time. Now, that property is going to be worth well over $850,000. But here's a nice thing about investing in real estate. That tenant that was paying down the mortgage, essentially, you started with about a $580,000 mortgage. That's now paid down to about $500,000. You now have close to $300,000 worth of equity. The bank is going to give you 80% loan to value. You pull out that equity and now you can go purchase more. Here's the number 3 reason why I like to invest into real estate, because they're not making any of it. There's no more land that's being created. And so I know that the supply is limited, but the demand is so high. Economics 101. When the demand is high for something and there's limited supply, there's only one way that the values go: this way. There might be a little dip over time if you look at the last 40 years in the GTA specifically, where I do a majority of my business. You'll know that there's some slight dips, but on average it goes up anywhere from 7.5 to 8% year over year. And that's why investing is very important. You gotta start somewhere, because there's a funny thing called inflation. And the only way to protect yourself against inflation is to invest into something that gives you a higher rate of return than what the inflation is going up by. If you don't know what inflation is, essentially the easiest way I can explain it to you is that it's no longer the dollar store, it's the $2.50 store. That's what's happening to our money. Protect yourself.